Hello and welcome to Alex Knight's channel. It's very rare that I will ever do a video without him, so I'm feeling awkward and I don't really know how to start this. I've tried like 40 times. It's fine. But I wanted to be able to give a baby update with just like my perspective because I'm the one carrying this child and I'm the one going through all of these symptoms and just like experiences. Obviously he's like there to see it all happen, so I wanted to just go ahead and get started. And I am at 23 weeks, so I wanted to just start with like the symptoms I've been having. Obviously since I'm 23 weeks going to be 24 weeks, they're so much different than what they were at the beginning, and I didn't really document that. I kind of shared in a couple of videos like the symptoms I was feeling and whatnot, but it's definitely been changing. So I wanted to I have my little notes with everything that I wanted to cover, and because I know I can go like off on tangents and I didn't want to do that. So my first little symptom that I wanted to cover was the change in my skin. I think that was something that I noticed in the very beginning, is that my skin was not even more sensitive, but I never usually had breakouts on my body. Like obviously I would a couple times like here and there on my face, but my body, I had like, not even like pimples, they were like itchy bumps, but they were kind of like pimples on my chest and just like my back and my shoulders, and I still have that. Definitely not as bad, but I mean, it's not going away. So that's something that I've learned to just deal with. I haven't used anything to try to make them go away. I'm kind of just letting my body do what it needs to do, and if it wants me to have these weird bumpy pimple looking things, then that's just what we're gonna have. I thought about putting like rubbing alcohol on them, and I was like, no, we're just gonna embrace and deal with it because that's a part of the process. Another thing was at the beginning, and probably until maybe like 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was having the worst headaches I've ever had in my entire life, and I'm just saying that's because of no caffeine. Because I was drinking like 2 to 3 energy drinks a day before tiny babies. So yeah, that plays a huge role in just cutting those off cold turkey. I will have like a sip here and there, and I do typically drink like a cup of coffee a day. So other than that, no headaches anymore though. So that's a plus. Very happy with that, because it was something I was almost just like expecting and dealing with and not really taking anything for it, because in the beginning I was so nervous of what I could take and what I couldn't take and what would be good for the baby. But ask your doctor all of those questions and they will prescribe you medicines like if it's serious, or they will just like give you options. One of our doctors like gave us a list of things I was allowed to take, so that really helped. No morning sickness at all. Literally, I don't think I felt nauseous one time. I'm very thankful and blessed to not have that, because I've heard horror stories in regards to you're sick the entire pregnancy, or you're not sick in the beginning and then you're sick in the end. So I was nervous that that would happen to me, but no. Luckily, a tiny baby is on my side with this one and letting me enjoy my food. So my next little symptom was heartburn, and I feel like in the beginning I didn't really have any heartburn or acid reflux, but now, oh my god, especially I would say like in the last 8 weeks maybe, it's just awful. And it was like an everyday thing. If I don't think about it, then I don't seem to get it as much. But as soon as I say like, oh, I haven't had heartburn today, then I get heartburn. So avoiding using those terms at all costs. We have made it a rule in the home to never say it again. Some things that I've used to help with my symptoms, the list is slim. So for my heartburn, I tried to take Tums and it seemed to make it worse. So I just gave up and didn't want to do it anymore. Like Polly, another symptom is that I let Polly lay with me all day long. I was taking Tylenol for my headaches. Again, I don't really think it worked, so I was still getting headaches, so I just gave up on really taking anything. I was putting like a warm washcloth like on my face when I had headaches, That's really it. Like, I didn't do a whole lot. So another like symptom with pregnancy is weight gain, and so far I've gained, I think it was 10 pounds, and I weighed myself this morning and I still weigh the exact same that I did at my last doctor's appointment. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, if maybe I need to start eating more. I'm gonna talk to her about it. I'm sure it's just going to go up, so, but I feel good. Alex tells me all the time that it's just Paul is literally attacking me. I am going to kill you. Stop. My weight hasn't affected my mental health, so that's always good. I have been very open about my past and eating disorders, and I was really nervous when I found out that I was pregnant, that I was going to be affected very, like, in a negative way because of the weight gain that happens with pregnancy. And luckily I am embracing the bump. I love it. And I love that there's a little tiny baby in there, and I'm just so proud of myself and my growth and my mental health, and we are just living it up. Another thing that has been going on through the entire pregnancy, and not typically, more so in the beginning, was my sore boobs. The boobs hurt really bad in the beginning. And honestly, even before I found out I was pregnant, like maybe a couple days before we found out, my boobs hurt really bad. But I mean, that's like a sign of starting your period. So obviously, you know, I didn't think too much about it, but it was like awful, very sore, not your typical like period sore boobs, like, and they grow quick. So that definitely happened to me. So my boobs are no longer sore, but they are very sensitive. So like little touches here and there will definitely hurt them, or it's not even like a hurt.
Sore boobs. Did you just order the owlery?
Yeah.
I just got cause like it's signed into your account. An email popped up and I was like, she's in there ordering food. You rat.
This is still going.
Oh god.
Love you. Okay. Yes, my boobs are no longer sore, but they are sensitive. So next topic is the fact that they are leaking. My boobs are leaking. And this is like a TMI video. I just want to let everybody know I'm just going to be free about it because it's pregnancy, and it's incredible what our bodies can do to hold a tiny baby, and that's just the way it is. So if you are uncomfortable by any of these topics, you probably just shouldn't watch. This video is primarily for people who are interested in my pregnancy, as well as pregnant women who want to relate to someone. So get out. But yes, so my boobs are leaking. I don't really know why they're leaking other than the fact that I'm just pregnant. So that's definitely something I want to talk to my doctor about, because I am 23 weeks and I feel like, to me personally, I feel like it's a little too early for the boobs to be leaking. But if we want to get really in detail, and if someone wants to kind of give me some tips or some help about it, it's just like clear liquid, nothing, no scent, no discoloration, there's no blood. Like, I feel like it's just normal and it's a part of life. But yes, so lastly on my symptoms list is that basically just increased fluids, and you can take with that whatever you like. Definitely not what I experienced at the beginning of the pregnancy nor before. There's just a lot of fluids coming out of any place you could think of, and it's just kind of overwhelming sometimes, because which I'll like get into it later in this video, but it's just kind of a lot, and it happens all at once almost, and I was just like, okay, we're dealing with this, it's fine. But so those are really the only symptoms and things that I'm feeling and things that are going on with my body right now. I know every woman is different, and you could have the same symptoms as me, or you could have none of these, and it's totally fine. That's just what's going on with me. I wanted to also talk about like my food cravings and aversions. I would definitely say my cravings are starting to slow down, if anything. And I think a lot of this has to do with the fact that Alex is cutting. So he's not really, not even like, he wasn't eating bad, but he's not eating foods that you would like crave and want to like indulge in, all of that. So really I'm craving things like eggs, and I eat eggs every day. So it's not anything bad, but the cravings have definitely slowed down. Like randomly I wanted a bologna sandwich and I don't eat meat. So it's just little things like that. But in the beginning, my cravings were, I wouldn't even say they were out of control. I just craved weird things like corn dogs. So Alex found me vegan corn dogs and I ate those for like maybe 2 weeks and then I stopped because I honestly think a lot of processed foods were like, they were giving me the heartburn. So I completely cut them out. I haven't really eaten any processed foods other than like vegan meat. Every single day I eat mushrooms of some sort. There's this little like bowl of yum that Alex makes me. It's like mushrooms, fake meat, an egg with like Worcestershire sauce. So I eat that like every single day. I eat 2 eggs and 2 pieces of toast every single day. Really, I'm living the same lifestyle that I was before I was pregnant, where I just eat the same thing every day, besides the fact that I'm eating more of it. So nothing is making me want to throw up either. So I don't have any food aversions. The smell of cauliflower was kind of making me sick for like 30 minutes one day, but I feel like that's just kind of like normal. My appetite has definitely increased. I'm finding myself, especially the further along that I go in this pregnancy, I'm finding myself more hungry every single day. So, but I mean, the baby needs the foods. We have to eat. But that's why I'm kind of shocked that my weight's not really going up, because I do feel like I'm eating more. But yeah, now we're going to talk about the workouts, because I know that is a question that people ask me a lot, is like if I'm still working out or if I'm working out the same, like how are my workouts going? And in reality, I don't ever want to go to the gym at all. But when I do go and when we get home, I'm so much happier that we worked out and like I actually worked my body, and I'm still kind of doing the same workouts, lighter weight, more reps, and definitely more rest time, which I like because then I can sit down. But I'm so used to going so hard in the gym, like always putting in my full effort, making sure I'm sweating, and like when I leave, like I'm drenched in sweat, and like now I can't do that. And it's been a struggle for me in that sense, because going to the gym, like before, I always had a goal and I'm like, okay, I want to work on this and this and this. And now I'm just kind of doing it to keep my body in that routine of wanting to work out. And I know that the more I work out during this pregnancy, the better my recovery will be. So that's something that helps my mind. So it's just really hard to keep myself motivated when I don't have like a goal in the gym, other than to, you know, have a better recovery. But it's just different. You have to look at it in the perspective of me always going in there like, oh, I'm cutting, I'm bulking, I'm trying to, you know, max out on this. There's a lot. Now I want to talk about my emotions, because that's something, especially in the last maybe like 3 or 4 weeks, that have just kind of gone out of control. I don't really know what's going on in there. So typically, especially before pregnancy, I felt like I had a really good sense of humor. I had thick skin. Nothing got to me. Like I took everything as a joke, you know, like I was never offended. I've never cried this much in my life. And I think that's one thing that makes me nervous, is that just being so emotional. And I know you're even more emotional postpartum sometimes. Some people, I mean, everybody's different, but I just want to make sure that I'm not insane. And I don't like feeling this way. I don't like being emotional. So I wanted to give some examples of why I cry. One of the stupidest ones is Alex was singing a sad Disney song and I started to cry. So there's that. I feel like it goes in waves too. Like some days there will be like a span of like 3 to 4 days where I'm like totally fine. I feel like myself. And then it's just everything snaps and I am crying and so unhappy and not talkative, and that's just not me. And it's very weird, and I get nervous that Alex thinks that he's done something wrong, and he never does anything wrong. So I'm like, I don't want him to ever think that I'm mad at him. In reality, I'm just like, I cannot control what my brain is thinking and why it creates these scenarios and stories in my mind that do not exist. So we're dealing with that. But I'm not necessarily handling my emotions like well. I'm sure there's a lot that I could be doing better, like talking about it. But again, my whole life I've been really bad about expressing my feelings because I'm so used to dealing with them by myself and like dealing with them internally and then just kind of, you know, getting over it. But, you know, it's hard when like Alex and I live together and he knows me better than anyone. So I need to learn to be better about communicating those feelings to him, which sometimes I feel like I'm good about it. 90% of the time I feel like I'm trying to fix it in my brain. So there's that. Another thing, I was probably in the last like 2 weeks, I was just starting to feel really overwhelmed, and I think it was because like we needed to buy the crib and we needed to get this and that, and we had doctor bills, and like I felt like a huge weight on my shoulders, and I hate feeling like that. And I was just getting stressed and upset and like angry and overwhelmed, and I felt like I wasn't truly enjoying this experience because of just like all of these little things that really don't matter. And Alex and I are a team and we'll do it together, but I think again in my mind I'm like trying to process it all by myself and not voicing it. So I just want everyone to know that you need to talk your feelings out, especially being pregnant. And if you have a supportive partner, if you have someone in your life who is supportive, talk to them and tell them how you're feeling. I know it's so hard because I struggle with it 99% of the time. So you have to, and being upset is okay. What's not okay is saying that, oh, it's not right for me to be upset and like other people have it worse. That's not fair to you. Your feelings are valid. Everything you're feeling is valid, and you truly cannot help your emotions right now and your reactions to things. Like, there's just so much going on in your body that you can't even like comprehend, and you just need to like let it right out. I really hope you can't hear Polly trying to break down the freaking door. But yeah, so you just need to let things go one at a time, slow and steady, and just be positive the best that you can, but also embrace your emotions and let yourself feel them. Because if you try to push them off, it just piles on and then you blow up for no reason and you're just psychotic. So that's how I'm feeling, by the way. I also wanted to talk about body image and give a little update. At the end of this video, I'll have Alex like record me standing or something with my belly so you can see it, because it's definitely grown a lot. So my body image is actually, like I said in the beginning, is actually really good considering what I've been through in the past in regards to it. So I'm loving the bump. I genuinely feel like I'm just gaining a belly. Nothing else is really like growing, in my opinion. I don't know what other people see when they look at me, but that's what I'm taking, and I'm rolling with it, and I am happy, and I am just very surprised with how I'm handling it. And I just love the bump and like our little baby, and I can feel her now, and she kicks, and Alex has felt her, so that makes me really happy. One thing I definitely do not feel is attractive. I think that's something that I really struggle with, especially like coming from like a past of working out regularly and loving your body and just thinking that you look so awesome, which I think I look awesome, but I don't think I look attractive, nor do I feel attractive, especially when my boobs are leaking and my belly is just hanging. God, I feel so gross sometimes, but it's okay. I still love the bump, and I am really excited to see it grow so we can see our tiny baby some more. I will take screenshots of the apps that I use to track our little baby. It'll tell you like how much she weighs and like how long she is, give you examples of like things she's, you know, similar in weight and size. So that's really fun. I love that. But I use the app What to Expect, the Bump, and Baby List. So Baby List we use obviously for like our baby registry because we can't have a baby shower, which we've touched on in our last video. So we're definitely okay with that. We're dealing with it. We're more so now just excited to get her nursery ready and with the things that we do have, and then see how that all plays out, especially with the holidays coming up. So yeah, that's my little baby update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions, you can always DM Alex or I, or you can comment. We try to answer every comment, every question, any DM, as long as it's not freaking weird. But yes, appreciate you. Goodbye. All right, here's our baby.
The baby bump
The
update.
baby bump.
All angles.
All angles.
There it is, guys.
There it is. No, you need to like put Tim Allen.
I will.
When he-
I'll put Tim Allen. It's pretty much the same person.
Does this look like a little weight to you? Does this look like a little weight to you?
Turn to the side. Give me a little pose action. Go. Bam. Another one. Ooh, ah, yeah.